Hi, this is Maria from Crochet A to Z, and welcome to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please push that subscribe button. If you have, I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank everyone for being here, and I hope you're having a wonderful Monday wherever you are in the country and in the world. I want to also mention on the last day of November, I will be picking 2 winners of some of my favorite things giveaway. So I will be announcing 2 winners at the end of the last day of this month. So today I want to show you this great pattern. I love it, and I want to show you just how easy it is to make. And this is called the Granny Stars pattern. And it is a star, it's a granny star. And I did it in acrylic yarn, but I also want to mention I did it in one kind of yarn, and I also did it mixing 2 strands together to get this. So what I did was I used this yarn itself, and I added this yarn to this, and at the end of the day, this is what came out, and it's so pretty. And I also did this one, and I did with 2 strands. I used this yarn, which was a red heart yarn. It's an off-white. I got that, and what I did was I used a red, which was this yarn, and it is from the Lion brand Bonbons, and they come in all different colors and shades, and they're little bonbons. And I put the 2 together, and I got this. So now what you can do with this pattern is you can make mug rugs, and this is a nice one, the nice thick one when you use 2 together. And this is, I just want to mention, it's a 4-weight yarn, and I put a 3-weight yarn. So I mixed a 4-weight and a 3-weight to get this. So you can make a mug rug with this. You can make an Afghan with this and attach them. You can make a banner with this. You can put this on gifts instead of a ribbon. You can put a little tie in here, which I have some tie, and you can hang them, as ornaments. There's a lot of things you can do with this, and it's such a great, easy pattern to learn, and I'm going to show you how. I also want to show you, this is another pattern, the same pattern, but I used Moroccan Nights from the Lion brand. You could use any yarn you want. And this is a 3-weight yarn. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to make it in the 3-weight and in the bonbons, because I wanted to show you, I used the same crochet hook, which is, I used an H hook on all of these. But I wanted to show you like a 3-weight, because this would be pretty for anything, for an Afghan. And if you wanted to put them together for an Afghan in different colors or all the same colors, a pretty shawl, actually even a pretty baby, a blanket for a baby. So it's really pretty. And I also used this yarn, and it has a little glitz and glitter to it. So you can do a lot of this. And this is a nice stash buster. So if you have a lot of yarn left over from different projects that you've made, you can use it for this particular, pattern. The other thing, you could make a table runner with this as well. And even a tablecloth, it would be so pretty, especially with either a 2-weight or a 3-weight yarn. And that's what this is. This is a 3-weight, and again, it's the Moroccan Nights it's called. But any 3-weight will do that you pick from any type of yarn that you like to use. And you can make a nice shawl or a table runner, all kinds of really pretty things, blankets and baby blankets. So I want to show you that, and I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make. So I'm using an H hook, and I am using Color Theory by Two Wands. This is also a Lion brand, and this is a 4-weight yarn. So what we're going to do to begin this is we're going to, let me take this all the way through. I'm going to go really slow like I usually do. I always tell you, I'm going to go slow so you can follow along. You can write it down. You can get some yarn. You can get, your crochet hook, and you can go along with me if you want. So feel free, and I'll give you time to even write it down if you want to write it down. And this way here, I like to know that you're getting it. I want you to walk away and say, yep, I got it. I got it, Maria, and I'm going to make those tonight, or I'm going to make them tomorrow. And you can take all your little balls of yarn with you wherever you go, if you're going somewhere, and you can just make them. You can make a lot of these. And like I said, you can make banners. You can make mug rugs, ornaments. You can pretty up a package with it. You can give it away as an ornament. You can make banners with it, shawls, and blankets as well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And once we chain 6, and for those of you that are new to crochet, these are your chains. This is your working chain, not considered a chain, and this is your slip knot at the end. We're going to go into this first chain that you made, and we're going to join it with the slip stitch. Once we do that, we're going to chain 1, 2, 3. And I want you to see what it looks like. That's what it's going to look like when you chain the 1, 2, 3. And yes, this is reminiscent of what I love to call the iconic granny square. So this is what I want to mention. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do all our work right here to start. So this chain 3, and that's another thing I want you to see, this chain 3 does count as a double crochet. So as I move along, I'm going to show you from this where we're at. So we chained 3, and now we're going to make 2 more double crochets right in there. And see this little tail? We're going to crochet that in. So we're going to make another double crochet, and then we're going to make another double crochet. When we make our 3, because your chain 3 counts as a double crochet, you're going to chain 1, 2. Then we're going to make 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3. We're going to chain 1. We're going to chain 2. We're going to put 3 more double crochets. And unlike the granny square, we're going to have 5 of these clusters in this round. So we're going to make 3 more right here, and we're going to chain 2 again. 1, 2. Then we're going to go in here, and we're going to chain 1. I'm sorry, we're going to do double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Now I want to mention again, if we look down on this now, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is reminiscent of the granny square, absolutely, but that's not what we're going to do, because we're going to add more to this. So we're going to add another set of 3. So that's why I want to go slow. I like to go slow. I like you to follow me. I like you to say, yep, okay, I gotcha. And you can pull this if you want to just tighten this up a little bit. That's fine. And we're going to do 1. After we chain 2, just want to remind you, after we chain 2, we're going to do 3 more. 1, 2, 3. I don't know how everyone is doing, how your weather was today. We had pretty nice weather. It was kind of, I don't know how it is everywhere else. Share with us, you know, how your weather is and what you're doing. I grabbed a couple of plants today from the outside, and I kind of had to put them in places so that they would be safe. And so I did a lot of different yard work today just to get everything finalized for the winter. So now what we're going to do is we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exactly what you want. And we're going to go into this top of this chain 3, and we're going to do another slip stitch. So here is the way it looks. Now I want you to know that these are your points. So every time you do a chain 2, you end up with points. And that's what creates this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's always nice to see that, just to see where you're at. So now what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch in these 2 stitches where this cluster of 3 is. And when you do slip stitch, I want you to make sure that you grab the 2. So what I mean by that is I want you to grab both of these. Let me pull it apart a little bit if I can. But I want you to grab both those strands. See it? And I want you to do another slip stitch. Then in this very first opening, you're going to do another slip stitch. Now you're going to chain 1, 2, 3. That counts as a double crochet. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to make 2 more double crochets. Now I want to mention that what you're going to do here is you're going to start making your points more, you can see them more. So once you do your 3 here, you're going to chain 1, 2. You're going to go right back in here, and you're going to make 3 more double crochets. And I also want to mention that we are in round 2. Round 1, round 2. So now you made your 3 double crochets, your chain 2, and 3 more in the same corner. Now we're going to chain 1 right here, and we're going to go into the next opening, and we're going to make 3 double crochets. 1, right in there, 2, and 3. We're going to chain 1, 2. Once we do that, we're going to make 3 more double crochets right in there. So 1, 2, 3. Once you do that, you're going to chain 1. You're going to go into your next opening and you're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. You're going to chain 2. 1, 2, 3. Because you're doing that, you're doing your points. This is what you're doing. You're doing these points. You're doing the 3, the 3. You're doing your points, and you chain 2 in here. So now, what you're going to do after you chain 2, you're going to do 3 more double crochets right in this spot. 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to chain 1. You're going to go in the next spot, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 2, 3 more double crochets in that same opening. In case you're wondering what color this is Color Theory again, and it is amethyst. So I just want to mention that as well. So once you do that, you chain, because you made your 3, chain 2, 3 more double crochets, you chain 1. Now we're going to go into this spot. And we're going to do 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3. And this is called, again, the Granny Stars pattern. So now you did 3, you're going to chain 1, 2, and you're going to put 3 more in here. 1, 2, 3. So now you're going to chain 1. You're going to go to the top of this chain 3. And you're going to do a slip stitch. Now you're going to slip stitch 2 across, and like I said, make sure you pick up, and I want to show you, make sure you pick up both of those stitches, both of those right up there, and slip stitch through, and another slip stitch in that next stitch, and then slip stitch right into this next opening. And now you're going to chain 1, 2, 3. Now what you're going to do is you're going to make 2 more double crochets, and you're making your points, the points of your granny star. So now you're going to chain 1, 2. These are even if you wanted to give something to someone and you're going to do 3 more double crochets. If you wanted to give something to somebody, a little something to show appreciation for something they've done in the season, I'm going to be actually giving these and the baubles that I made, and the also these trees that I made, and these that I made. I'm going to be giving them at different coffee shops that I visit, to the girls that and guys that I see through the year, just as a thank you, and tell them you can hang this on your tree and thank you for everything. So that's what I'm going to do with these that I've made. So just a thought. So that's why you can always give them to somebody and say, here, this is just a reminder of me, just to let you know, thank you. I appreciate you through the year, and I wanted to make something and give it to you that I make myself. And it's a little something, and people don't get embarrassed and say, oh my gosh, give me an expensive, just give them a little something for appreciation. Chain 1. Now we're going to go in this spot. We're not in a corner, or we're not in a point. We're going to the side of this next point. So what we're going to do after we chain 1, we're going to go in here and we're going to do a single crochet. Okay, and then you're going to chain 1. So now we are going to a point, and you will always know where your points are, because there'll be 3 and 3 with your point in the middle and your opening in the middle. So now you're going to go in here and you're going to do 3 double crochets. I love these. They're so pretty, and they're just a nice little gift to give someone, just to say thank you, or just to make someone's day. I gave them something last week. I gave someone something because they were so nice to a family member of mine, and I gave them something that I made, a little something like this, and said thank you. So now chain 2, 3 more double crochets. I carry stuff like this with me so that if there's something, if I just want to reach out and give somebody something, you can. So you made, there it is, 3, chain 2, 3. Or you can even leave them somewhere, put them in a plastic bag, put a name on it, like made by whoever, and for somebody to find. And that's always nice. I've done that at Christmas time as well. Make something, and something very little like this, and leave it in places that people will find them, and say Merry Christmas, or something like that, or Happy Hanukkah, whatever, and you tell them have a great day. So now this is your point, but this is the middle of the 2 points. So right here you're going to do a single crochet. So just remember, when you're at your points, you make your clusters. When you're at here, you just make a single crochet, but not before you chain 1. Always chain 1 before you go to the next spot. So now here's your single crochet, and you chain 1. Now you're going to go into your point. So you're going to go in here, and you're going to make your double crochet. You're going to make 3 of them. Thank you to the Granny Square for bringing us all these beautiful little things to do. From the Granny Square comes so many nice things that you can make and create with just a different switch in the pattern. So you chain 2, 3 more double crochets. And like I said, I like to go slow. I want you to, if you want to follow along with me, you can. If you want to write it down, you can. I just like to know that you're able to follow along, and at the end of the day say, I got it, I'm going to go do it, and that's it. So now we chain 1. Now right in here, we're in the middle of your points. You're going to do, after you chain 1, you're going to do right in here a single crochet. You're going to chain 1. You're going to go into this next point. You're going to do a double crochet, a second double crochet, a third double crochet, and you're going to chain 1, 2. You're going to do 3 more double crochets. And like I said, packages, you can beauty up packages with it. You can give them away as little ornaments. 3, chain 2, 3, chain 1. Oh, here we are. We're in the middle of our point again, right there. Chain 1. Now you're going to make a single crochet. And what this single crochet does is it gives the star, it just gives it that bend that it makes the star come out. So after you do that, and this reminds me of a peppermint star because of the colors, but kind of reminds me of peppermints because I love peppermints. So after you do your single crochet, you're going to chain 1. And now you're in your point again, 3 and 3, you're opening in the middle, chain 2. We're going to do 3 double crochets. These are beautiful in any color, they really are, but like I said, you can put these together and you can make a nice Afghan with these. You can put these together and find different color combinations that you want to put them together in, and they're beautiful. So now, chain 1, 2. 3 more double crochets. We're making our point. There's your point. There's your dip from your single crochet. So now you're going to chain 1. So now we're going to, this is the ending, this, because we've got our 2. So we're going to go right here after we chained our 1, and we're going to let the star dip again. So we're going to do a single crochet and a chain 1. Now we're going to go to the top of the chain 3 right here, and we're going to do a slip stitch. So I want to show you that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After you do that, now you're going to snip this away, and you can make it long enough so that you're going to weave in your edge, and you know, you're gonna, I make it so I know that it's not going to come apart. And there it is. Isn't that pretty? And there's the one with the 2 together. So now, after you do that, you can take your needle. Now, I want to mention that I weave this in all the way around. So I'm going to just cut this because I weaved as I went around because this was a long end. So I'm going to just cut this, or if you want to weave it in, you can. If you want to weave it in some more. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my needle, and this is the only time I enjoy threading a needle is when the eye is so nice and big that I can actually put something through it, because usually can't see even with my glasses on. So now what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to weave it from the front, and I can tell the front, this is my front, this is my back, and see, you can tell because you can see the intricate, and I'll go in a little bit, but you can see the intricate you know, stitches and how the stitches formed. When you turn this around, you can actually see the double crochets and your chain twos. So I'm going to bring this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to let this go through into the back. And it kind of, I like doing it like that. You do it the way you want. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to weave this through. So you weave it through whatever way you want, and I'm going to weave it through this way. And the reason why I chose this way is because I'm going to go along where these 3 double crochets are, and then there's a chain 2, and then there's 3 more double crochets. I'm just going to embed it right in there so that it hides right in there. And if you look, you can't see it. And then what I'm going to do is, if you want, you can weave it some more. If it's just too short, then you can cut it. But I'll weave it just a little more. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off. And this is your granny star. And this is made with a 4-weight medium yarn. This is made again with a 4-weight and a 3-weight, 2 strands together. This I did as well. You can use this as coasters. You can use it as a banner. You can mix and match it with, if you wanted to make a banner and make, you know, trees and snowflakes and the stars, you could do that. If you want to put this on gifts, you can. If you want to make an Afghan with it and then join them together, you could also make a scarf with this and join it together. You could make a baby blanket with it. You could make a lot of these, like this is, like I said, this is a 3-weight. You could make a shawl with this. You could make, and just, you know, attach them together. You could make a shawl with it. You could make a baby blanket with it, very delicate with the 3-weight, very pretty. You can make a lot of things with this. You can embellish gifts with this. So you can make a lot of things with this. So this is Maria from Crochet A to Z. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please like and please subscribe if you haven't. I also want to show you something quickly. If you want to make, and I want to mention this as well, if you want to make and you want to get 2 pieces of yarn, do not be afraid to do that. Do not be afraid, even if you're new to crochet, do not be afraid to use two pieces of yarn together. You can do it, and you just take your time. Like this is a 4-weight and the 3-weight. And again, you would make your slip knot, so that's not a problem. And then once you do that, you would get your crochet hook just like you would any other project. And like this, you would chain 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you hold them together, if you've never done 2 together, do not be afraid. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do not be afraid to use, see this adds, now this is a plain yarn, and by adding this Moroccan Nights one, which has a little sparkle to it, it adds a little sparkle like this did to this one in particular, and like it did to this one. Moroccan Nights was used with the white. So I just want to show you, and there you are, there's your 2 strands together. And once you get used to this, it's very easy. You just hold those and you would go right into that first chain from the hook that you made, and you would do your slip stitch. And then you would chain 1, 2, 3. That counts as a double crochet. And then you would continue in the middle of this spot, and you would make all your double crochets, chain double crochets, 3, chain 2. So what I wanted to do by doing this, I wanted to show you, don't be intimidated by working with 2 strands. If you've never done it, don't be intimidated by it. Chain 2, go back in again, and if you hold them together, you're smoothing them out. Those 2, you're smoothing them out with your own hand, and you're gliding them so that it's like you're not even thinking about it. You're working, it's like you're working 1 string, only you're working 2. So the reason why I wanted to show you this little demonstration is because I wanted to let you know that if you've never done it before, don't be afraid. It can be done. You can do it. Chain 1, 2. See how easy it is? And all you have to do is, if you're, just run your hand and you smooth it out so that you're not, and it works right with you, because as you go along, as if you had 1, but you're working with 2 strands, you're fine. So I wanted to show you that quickly, to show you that you can work with 2 strands if you have never done it before. If you're new to crochet, don't let it intimidate you. You will be fine. And there it is. See how nice it is? And it's easy. Once you get going and you get comfortable with it, you'll be fine working with 2 strands of yarn. So I wanted to show you that quickly as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget that we're doing a giveaway at the end of the month. At the last day of the month, I will be picking 2 winners from anywhere, and they will be getting some of my favorite things. And this is Maria from Crochet A to Z. I hope you like this tutorial. I love being with all of you. And thank you. Have a great day. Have a great beginning of the week. And let's crochet together. Thank you. Bye-bye.